with regret. Rejoice 'cause they haven't found you yet. 'Cause everyone I know.
Hey guys, welcome back to this another After Effects tutorial. In today's tutorial, I'm going to show you how to create this nice and simple photo slideshow animation inside of After Effects with seamless slide transition. So I am Vikash for SkylineMotions.com, and without any further ado, let's take a new project and get started. Alright, so let's start by creating a new composition. So click on this new composition, and this is going to be our main composition. So let's call it main and set it 1920 by 1080, and let's go with 30 or 60 frame per second. So I'm going to go with 30 frame per second and set the duration of this composition 5 seconds long, which is good enough for one slide, and hit OK. And now let's take one more composition that is going to be our media placeholder, where we can drag our image or video file. So just go to this composition and take a new composition, and let's call it media, and set it 1920 by 1080, frame rate 30, duration make it 5 seconds long, and hit OK. And after that, let's import an image file that we want to use in this project. So just go to this project window, right click on that and click on this import file and select your image file. So in this case, I'm using this image that I have downloaded from pixabay.com, and I will provide a link in the description. So go to the link and download this image if you want, and click on import. And just drag this image into this media composition and hit S on the keyboard to open this scale property, and let's fit this image according to our composition size. So just drag it like this and set this scale value something around 50% and hit enter, and just set this image in center just like that. Alright, and after that, go to your main composition and let's import this media comp into this main composition, and right click on that, click on rename, and let's call it media 1 and hit enter. And now let's create a duplicate of this. So hit Ctrl D to duplicate, and just select this second copy and turn off the visibility of this layer. So click on this I button and select this media 1, and let's animate this. So hit S on the keyboard to open this scale property, and just scale it up and set this value something around 200%, and just set it over here like this. And now let's animate this. So go to the end of this animation and hold shift on the keyboard and hit R to open this rotation also, and click on this stopwatch button to create a keyframe on a scale, and click on this stopwatch button also to create a keyframe on rotation. And now go to very beginning of this animation and just set this rotation value 5 degree, and right now we have 200% a scale value, so just set this scale value 210%. all right, and we get this nice and smooth animation as you can see. All right, and now let's close this and select this media 1, and let's apply some effect on it. So go to effect and preset and search for tint effect, and let's apply this tint on this image and make it pure black and white. And now let's apply one more effect. So go to effect and preset and search for directional blur, and let's apply this directional blur on this image, and go to this effect control and set this blur length value 25 and hit enter, and set this direction 90 degree, hit enter. All right, and we get this type of effect as you can see. And now I'm going to create a gradient color. So we have to take a new solid layer. So just go to layer and take a new solid layer, or you can also hit Ctrl Y to take a new solid, and let's call it color. Hit OK, and now let's apply a gradient ramp effect on it. So select this color and go to effect and go to generate and add this gradient ramp effect. And now let's create a nice gradient color. So pick any color that you want, like this, and hit OK, and just set this gradient point just like that. And after that, select this color and just place it below this media 2 comp and hit T on the keyboard to open this opacity and just set this opacity 80% and hit enter. And now just select this media 2 and turn on the visibility of this media 2 layer. So click on this I button, and after that let's create a circular mask on it. So just select this ellipse tool and just drag it like this and create a nice circular mask, and select this move tool and just select all the control points and set it in center just like that. And after that, let's minimize this layer and hit M 2 times on the keyboard to open this mask property and set this mask feather something around 300 and hit enter, and we get this type of effect. All right, and now close this layer and just select this media 2, hold shift on the keyboard and press left arrow key and just set it over here. All right, and now select this media 2, hit M on the keyboard to open this mask and select this mask and select these control point once again and just set it like this. All right, and after that let's turn off this outline. So click on this button, and now I'm going to animate this image also. So hit S on the keyboard to open this scale property, hold shift and hit R on the keyboard to open this rotation also, and go to the end of this animation and click on these stopwatch button and go to very beginning of this animation and just set this scale value 110% and set this angle 10 degree and hit enter. And now let's do one more thing. Just select this pan behind tool and set this anchor point in the center of this ellipse like this, and go to very beginning of this animation and let's play this again. And as you can see, it's looking much more better. All right, and after that let's add some noise or grain on it. So select this move tool and we have to take a new adjustment layer. So go to layer, new, and take a new adjustment layer and right click on that, click on rename and let's call it noise. Hit enter and let's apply noise effect on it. So select this noise and go to effect and preset and search for noise, and this is our noise effect. Let's apply this on this noise layer and set this amount of noise 5%. All right, and we get this little bit of noise and just click on this fit button. All right, and now we have to create a text. So select this text tool and go to this character and select your favorite font style. So in this case I'm using this freestyle script and font size 300 pixel, and let's type over here whatever you want to type. So I'm typing new photo slideshow, and after that go to alignment and click on this align horizontally, click on this align vertically, basically set this in center. And now select this upper line and go to character and let's select a different font style. So in this case I'm using this century gothic font style. All right, and just set this size 100, hit enter and just click on this fox bold and let's add some space over here. And after that just select this text layer, select this move tool and just set it over here. And now select this pan behind tool and set this anchor point in the center of this text and go to the end of this animation and hit S on the keyboard to open this scale property, and let's create a scale animation on it. So select this move tool and just set this scale value 80% and hit enter. All right, and click on this stopwatch button to create a keyframe and go to very beginning of this animation and set this scale value 90% and hit enter. All right, and we get this nice scale animation on this text and just set it over here just like that. After that let's close this, and now let's add some more animation on it. So open this text layer, minimize this transform and click on this animate button and add an opacity effect, and let's add one more. So go to animate and add this position effect. All right, and go to on 2 second and just set this X position 50, hit enter, and set this Y 25 and hit enter, and set this opacity 0% and hit enter. All right, and open this range selector, and this is our offset. So set this offset value 100% and click on this stopwatch button to create a keyframe on offset parameter, and go to very beginning of this animation and set this offset 0% and hit enter. And now we get this text effect, as you can see. All right, and now let's close this text layer, and after that let's type a number. So select this text tool and select this Century Gothic font style and set this font size 1000 pixel, and let's type a number over here and go to alignment, click on this align horizontally, click on this align vertically. All right, and now hit S on the keyboard to open this scale property, and let's scale it up a bit and set this value something around 110%. Just select this move tool and just turn off this snapping and place it over here like this. All right, and select this layer, hit T on the keyboard to open this opacity, and just set this opacity 5%, and just select this text layer and place it below this media 2 composition. And now I'm going to add some particles effect on it. So go to project window, right click on that, go to import file and select a dust particle. So I'm going to use this dust particle video file that I have downloaded from pixabay.com, and I will provide a link in the description. So go to the link and download this dust particle and click on import, and let's import this dust particle into this main composition. And after that let's make this black portion transparent. So I'm going to set this blending mode to a screen, and we get this type of result, as you can see, and it's almost done. So just select all the layers, right click on that and click on this pre-compose, and let's call it pre-main for main comp, and check this option move all attributes, hit OK. And now go to on 1 second, hit P on the keyboard to open this position property, and click on this stopwatch button to create a keyframe and lock this position on 1 second as it is, and go to very beginning of this animation and just drag this slide outside of this frame by holding shift, just like that, and we get this type of animation. And go to on 4 second and click on this button and add one more keyframe and lock this position, and go to the end of this animation, hold this slide and just drag it on another side, just like that, by holding shift, and we get this type of effect, as you can see. And after that select all these keyframes and hit F9 on the keyboard to easy ease them, and go to your graph editor. If your graph editor not looking like this, then right click on that and check this option, edit a speed graph. All right, and just select this point, hold this handle and just drag it like this, and select this point and just drag it like this and create a nice smooth curve, and do the same thing for this one. So hold this point and just drag it like this, and select this point and just drag it like this and create a nice smooth curve. All right, and close this graph editor, and let's play this animation. All right, so we get this type of smooth animation. All right, and now I'm gonna fill this blank area, so we have to add a motion tile effect on it. So select this layer and go to effect and preset and search for motion tile, and let's apply this motion tile effect on this pre-comp, and just set this output width value something around 400, and Now I'm going to check this option mirror edges, and we get this type of result. All right, and after that let's create one more effect. So I'm going to create a blur effect. So we have to take a new adjustment layer. So go to layer, new, and take a new adjustment layer and right click on that. Let's call it blur. Hit enter and go to effect and preset and search for directional blur. And let's apply this directional blur on this blur layer, and just go to on 1 second and click on this stopwatch button to create a keyframe on blur length, and hit U on the keyboard to open this active keyframe, and go to very beginning of this animation and just set this blur length value something around 150 and hit enter. All right, and now let's change the angle of this blur. So set this direction 90 degree and hit enter. All right, and now go to on for second and click on this button and lock this value, and go to the end of this animation and set this blur length value 150 and hit enter. All right, and after that select all the keyframes, hit F9 to easy ease them, and go to your graph editor, and let's create a nice smooth animation. So select this point and just drag it like that and create a nice smooth curve, and just select this one also and just drag it like this and create a nice smooth curve, and close this graph editor, close this layer, and our slideshow animation is ready for render. So let's take a look. Alright, so use different photos and create multiple slides and arrange it on a single timeline, and you will get your final result. And that's all for this tutorial guys. I hope you like it. If you like it, then hit the subscribe button and click on the bell icon to get notified when I will upload my new video, and I will see you in next tutorial. Till then, bye bye.